No, it wasn't just me who checked on HBO Max last night thinking another Welcome to Derry episode dropped and was reminded that season 1 is now in fact over and done with. That said though, like I said in the last video, I still got some Welcome to Derry videos I plan on getting out to you. This first season was really great, and I think the way it ended really does set up the rest of the series pretty well, but we'll talk about that another day. But right now, I was thinking today, what do I really want to record? I was like, do I really want to get back to Welcome to Derry just yet? Then I thought to myself, why not? Then I thought, what do I even want to talk about for real? That's when I thought about just how much of a true dumbass this character was. We gotta talk about General Shaw and how he is possibly one of the dumbest villains in all of TV history. Before I get into yapping, I already know what I gotta do. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things. And let's talk about just how dumb General Francis Shaw is. If I missed anything on how bad his character was this season, please drop it in the comments. Feel free to do so. I really want to have a dialogue because I know I'm not tripping. His character was ass. So boom, starting with his introduction and finding out that he wants to utilize Pennywise's power in order to instill fear and use it as a tool to use to win the Cold War. Now, from the standpoint of this war has been going on entirely too long. The Cold War between the U.S. and the Soviets started in 47. Welcome to Derry takes place, I think, in 1962. It's been about 15 years. They go want to find a way to put an end to it. I understand that. Now, Cold War is one where you're not really using weapons. It's more so negotiation, economic pressure, things like that. So fear may be a way to get their enemies to subside without any bloodshed. My question to you is, one, how are you going to harness this fear? Why are you investing so many resources in controlling and harnessing this fear that you yourself don't even understand all the way? Like, how are you going to use this to your advantage? What you're saying is fear is what controls people. It makes people susceptible, and we can use that to our advantage as a nation. I get that, but like, why was fear on the top of your mind? Even if fear was on your mind, cool, but like, how are you going to use this as a weapon to end the Cold War that you seek to end? I don't think Shaw ever really provides a plan on how he intends to do this. So he's just throwing resources out there. Could be put to better use, to help out Derry. Put this fear together, an unproven play to end the Cold War, and nobody said anything against this man. Nobody was like, hey, bruh, this shit is stupid as fuck. They just ran with it, uncovering all of these different things from the past, the truck that Maddie was traveling in before that alien baby took out that family and Maddie, burning the artifact later on in the season, reversing onto the house on Debo Street, all of the above, and Pennywise is just loving all of this. On episode 4, I believe, Rose and Shaw run into each other. We learned earlier on in the episode that they have a history going back to the 1908 timeline, but Rose saved the young Shaw for some reason from getting absolutely eaten by this version of Pennywise. Now, obviously, over time, with the effect that Pennywise has on the town of Derry, you leave the town and then come back to Derry, you tend to lose your memory on exactly what happened to you when you were living in the town. The time between Shaw leaving and coming back, Shaw forgot his interaction with this version of Pennywise. So Rose has to remind him that if you remembered that time that you almost got run down by that tall-ass, 8-foot old-ass man that was looking to eat your heart right out your chest, you would not be doing none of this shit. You would not be searching these grounds for these artifacts. You wouldn't be trying to harness this fear. You would pack up shop and go back to where you came. But again, Shaw don't remember none of this. But mind you, Rose does. Rose is telling this man Shaw everything that they went through back in the day. And Shaw still not only is determined to continue this venture, to harness this fear, but is reluctant to ask Rose for help, to utilize the help of the Native Americans who know all about this land. The girl who saved Shaw back in the day. He is refusing to ask them for help for whatever reason. It's typical white elitism, just thinking that he knows everything. Either that or he's not asking her for help because she's being difficult, not just abiding by what he's saying in this moment. But has the audacity later on in the season to use the services of Tanuel, her nephew, in order to have Halloran do his little mind trick, find out Pennywise's location, his weakness, all that, so that he can truly utilize this being as a weapon. And all this does, surprise to nobody, is lead to the deaths of many. It almost got more kids killed because of this venture. We see even later on in the season, he could give a damn about the well-being of the people of Derry. Not only is he the reason why Leroy and his family moved into this town, fully knowing about majority of the BS that was going on in the town of Derry, he let this man move his family here for selfish reasons that are going to amount to nothing at the end of the day. Even after the destruction of the Black Spot, we see that he and his troops are not done yet. Seeing that Halloran survived, they're immediately like, all right, look, Dick, we need you to figure something out. Get us, I don't know, some type of artifact we could look at in order to maybe pinpoint Pennywise's location. You think you could do that? And of course, Halloran is able to do that. He manages to get him the artifact. There were questions saying, y'all just go study the artifact, right? The troops say, yes, but we're not going to do too much. We know y'all just went through it in the last episode. We go make sure you don't have to go through nothing in the season finale. That's for all that to be capped less than 20 minutes later. It's at this point where Shaw tells Leroy his real motives in doing all this. Yes, he's looking to weaponize Pennywise for the Cold War, but he's looking to do even more damage than just that. He wants to use this to control people, period. Because as I said earlier on in the video, fear is control, and we could use that control when needed to further meet our goals and to keep the country on track. So he said, commenting on things like the women's movement as the country moving in the wrong direction. We got bozos like this in charge trying to control fear, trying to control an entity he knows nothing about, don't even remember from back in the day. Hero has him dead to rights, but of course he doesn't shoot him. He lets him live for the season finale. When we get to the season finale, where we have this interaction between Shaw and Pennywise, and just when you think bro cannot get dumber, he walks up on a frozen Pennywise, see the brother is frozen, and still for some odd reason chooses to stay next to bro for another 10 minutes, just studying and admiring bro's physique. I don't know, his body type, that face that he got. Bro, with that face that he has, I would have took 6 feet back instantly. In that first picture in the post, you are entirely too close to bro. He could quite literally fall over and eat you right then and there. Those teeth are not for show. After finding a way through Halloran's genjutsu, Pennywise wakes up and sees Shaw right in front of him. And Shaw, in an attempt to get on the entity's good side, tells him, you're free to go. Go frolic. Be free. Do what you want in town today for right now. Maybe next week we could meet up for some business negotiation. See how I can utilize your power for the betterment of the United States. Now, Pennywise deadass starts walking. I thought he was going to let Shaw get off scot-free. But you know Pennywise go look for an excuse to eat anybody. He quickly reminds Shaw that I know you from back in the day. You don't remember me, but I remember you. And it's off that reminder in the lower left of this post that Shaw realizes he done fucked with the wrong one. None of that realization hit him hard. Imagine you realize all the work you done did this season just to get eaten by an op that you met back in the day that you didn't even remember. That you were unknowingly antagonizing this entire season, thinking you can control him. That you willingly walked up on for no reason just to end up losing your life. That creepy catalog on the post, they asked the question of, is this the dumbest villain in Stephen King history? I haven't watched up or read all of the Stephen King adaptations up until this point. What I can say is he might be up there with the dumbest villains in TV history, period. There's not one redeeming quality in this character, and he got exactly what he deserved. Those are just my thoughts on General Shaw personally. Bro really and truly is a dickhead through and through. Yeah, let me know what y'all think of Shaw. Did you like him? Did you mess with him anyway? If you made it to this part in the video, what was your favorite Shaw scene this season that wasn't Pennywise eating him? Let me know in the comments. Till next time though, I've been your host, Jay Salvo. We've been entertained, and we go talk soon. Peace, y'all.